taking on Brazil in black on the left-hand side. And Jimena Paredes serves into there. It's the first point going the way of Brazil. How do you see the two teams facing up here?
And their fellow Brazilians, but it's still so different. Anytime you get a blocker like a Sarah Pavan at the net, and you can see Talita giving up 4 or 5 inches in the face of the big left-hander from Canada. Huge right hand at the makes it so difficult. And a lot of that credit is also due to Jimena Paredes because she's so good in transition and so fast in the backcourt that you really can't just be hitting these high loopy shots over Sarah Pavan. Cavalcanti, no high loopy shot there. That is a vicious swing into the angle.
A lot of that's a risk, isn't it?
That's a hallmark of a smart blocker, someone who, Reed Priddy once described it as this way, that every single point you play is a data point. And Sarah Pavan, she collects data and just continues to learn and find out tendencies and figure out where to put her hands, what each player wants to do, what they like to do out of the middle of the court, out of the sideline. And she just gets stronger and stronger and stronger as the match goes on and as she gets that read on her opponents, especially a relatively new...
10-13, Pavan to serve. Goes across to Talita, down the center.
Ooh, what a spiker.
That reverse dig right into the window, and then here, just in the window every time for a
spot. Because one thing you do not want to do against a blocker as big as a Sarah Pavan is get the ball too tight, where she's just going to be able to reach so far over the net and just put the earmuffs over that ball where it'll have nowhere to go. And Talita just, her arm swing is so fast, and there's that set a little bit tight again, and that's the one you have to avoid. And Pat got beat on the one before.
Back within 2. Going against Talita again. Better set this time. As soon as Talita comes into the middle, again, it's that vision she has on the left and right-hand side. The awareness at last minute, where to go. Necessarily her attacking power doesn't come right from the very start on those first 2 or 3 points, but she starts to build into it.
On the world tour, and so this is hot in Rome right now, and a lot of times if you had to play 2 or 3 matches a day, maybe you would save a little bit, not go quite 100% on every single point, but in Rome you're going 100% every single point because you're just playing 1 match a day, and in this Coliseum you might get a little extra adrenaline, a little extra calorie burn.
19-16. Paredes out wide. Oh, no block on it. Opportunity for Brazil now. Oh, lovely touch. Presses the ball beautifully across the angle.
With the first set point, just trying to get some vengeance for their countrywomen for the last couple weeks here for what these Canadians have done to the Brazilian teams.
Oh, is it in? No. Well, the challenge may... Adapting. Oh, good reach. There's the advantage of having that height on your side.
Right on top of the net, right into the left hand of Sarah Pavan, who just pokes it straight down. Total topspin on it. That ball's going to wiggle and dance and move, and it is not an easy one to corral. And again, the serve forces Jimena Paredes to dive to get it. Makes a great pass, great set, great swing. Becca is bringing is intense.
It's a lovely take as well on that receive, wasn't it?
That swing just a little bit too sharp, trying to get around Pavan, and Canada keeping a solid 3-point lead.
So they had the change at 4-3 up. Oh, that's just the sign of what Rebecca can do, isn't it? You don't know as a defender where that's going to go because she can jumbo that down the line. Last minute, her hand just comes across it, doesn't it? And then go, right, look.
It does. And she makes everything look the exact.
In fact, in their last 2 years of competitions, only once have they finished outside the top 10. Outstretched arm from Rebecca. Brings it back in. She forces high to the left-hand side of Sarah Pavan. Now the chance for Brazil. Good point for Brazil. They were together. They were just so strong, weren't they?
Larissa, it is so fun to watch because now Larissa is playing full-time on the AVP Tour, so I get to see her play a lot with Lily.
Change her in 6-8. Take again here for Brazil. Chance for Rebecca. Goes in to the block of Pavan.
That I would love to see is how many blocks. Now Canada's cracked open a big 4-point lead here.
It is a very strong 4-point lead the way they're playing at the minute. The creative play from Rebecca. Free net for Canada, and they extend that to a 5-point lead now in the second set.
And Mel, she's ready for the cheekiness, and you can see that this is what happens when you start to earn a score on two. Is probably not the strength of this Brazilian team, but because Pavan's gotten in the face of Talita, Mel's she's running down all these shots, and you can see that if that is anything less than perfect from Talita.
So Pavan gets us back in the way for the technical timeout, 13-8 up. That's a grunt of the hits from Talita. And then Melissa Paredes on the left-hand side.
Play in our favor. So this one is more than likely to go 3. And so they know that right now they have all the momentum in the world heading into a potential third set. And again, they have another opportunity in transition. Just Mel all over the backcourt.
Yeah, set a little bit tight again. And then worked way down. They're rehydrated. They're looking after themselves in between the games on each day that they're having. They had that one rest day as well. So they know they're using it, and there comes Pavan with a big block.
This Canadian team, there's no award for best defensive team, but they are making a push for it right now.
And it's not that Brazil are playing bad either, but that scoreline just doesn't reflect it, does it? That Brazil are still doing what they're doing, but it's Canada are just in transition, turn that defense into attack phenomenally well.
Exactly, because when the stats pop up after this set is over, what you're going to notice is that Brazil hasn't made a lot of errors. Brazil has made Canada work and earn every point that they have had. As you can see in this rally here, Mel probably had 3 digs. Pavan had a couple soft blocks. Pavan more out. It'll give Talita a lot more angles. I like that setting location for Talita moving into set number 3. And that's what you want to do. You want to find something, anything that works, and you want to cling on to it, because in that set,
Huge, huge.
Left hand from Sarah Pavan. And again, this set is just a little bit tight, and Talita tries to crack that back into the line. Really good that offensive teams you have to do when you have a blocker as big and good as Pavan. You can't let her get set up in square. You have to move her around, and that's why I love that back set from Talita. They made Pavan move laterally, didn't quite get to her spot. Straight up and down style that is sort of a signature of the Brazilian Federation as a whole. They don't do any crazy movements with it, and that serve from Melissa Humana Paredes, great start to the rally where she just pins Talita to the line, had nowhere to go.
Battle of backcourt defense and pokies at the moment in that point.
It's dug by Melissa Humana Paredes, so it takes a lot of precision to hit that short line shot, but when you have it in the bag, it really opens up things for you offensively, because unless the defense is moving to it, unless Pavan is timing her block for that, Talita finding the open space there, beating Mel with a high poke.
More central that attack on the receive. And now Rebecca has the chance. She goes high into the corner.
There with Katja Stam and Alex Kleinman. She has the hand contact. That's still not an easy ball to hit, no matter if you're 6'5" or not.
On the battle now for side out. 13-12. The change of ends.
And whoever comes out on top of this match is going to go in with so much confidence into the quarterfinal, because whoever comes out of this, they have survived a battle. And especially Talita.
14-13. Side out needed here for Canada. Into the center they go. Off the block. Just squeezes over. Competing at this level against the world champions. Over on 2. Oh, it's wide. Oh.
The icy steeliness with match point on the line. Rebecca just hit a nice, smooth line shot. And now Mel again. And Talita, a huge block to the net. And now it's Brazil retaking the lead, and Brazil getting match point.
In this game, others she's had been there and thereabouts. What a time.
This entire match, and finally Talita gets a block when it matters most.
Second match point for Brazil. It's tight. Rebecca's got it. Now a chance for Rebecca down the line. She goes. It's pokey, but picked up. Well, this game can go on until the 2 clear. I'm quite happy to sit here with you, Travis, and call this game until that happens. Yes. We can't call a timeout, can we? No. Right, let's go with it then. Oh, the shank of the pass from Talita. Now, Pavan's got to serve it, get in. It's off the net. Oh, it's an error on the attack from Talita. And taking the game 18-16 in the third set. They've saved 2 match points against them.